Hey Gunter, here's your file. I want to start from scratch just to make sure I don't skip something that needs to be seen here. So I just got rid of all your curves. So you're wanting to flow this with, right? And we want to flow it over here. You're doing this one, which has these the two surfaces are separated by the seam. I noticed over here is a full surface, which is basically should be the same thing. So if we do it here, you can mirror it, right? So what Michael talked about first was, I'm going to separate this, is looking at the underlying structure of the underlying surface. So that would be it. So if you flowed from this surface, these objects from this surface to this little one here, it would be using as if the whole thing was the surface without the boolean cut out of the middle. So I'm going to shrink trim surface. I hit tab and type shrink trim surface, which gives you that. So if you look at this right now, it's basically a square patch, right? Which is NURBS, right? So it's, it can't be anything less than that. That's a shrunken trim surface. So, so that square patch should be what you really want ultimately, and you can get away with it a lot of times without doing it, but ultimately, this surface right here should be the same structure and everything as that. And I'll show you why. So if we show points, there's there's the surface on your point. So let's shrink trim surface on that. Boom. And so that brought it all down into the corners. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some points to kind of get it closer in line. Right click to do it again. Closer in line with what the other one is. So that's close. It's not the same thing. I'm not sitting there counting rows and things, but it's it's generally closer to what we're after. I didn't really do it totally even, but it gives you a little more mapping, so to speak. So um, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by just selecting all your objects there, right? And then I'm going to let's go to flow. Let's see if I got close. I don't know if I forgot a step here. I'm going to go. Let's go up here, and then that would be the same thing as up here on this one, right? And it's going to calculate, and now it's given me that. It's kind of let's go rigid to keep my object. So I didn't get what I want to do is go. Let's go flow. Let's go in the top middle. In the top middle. There we go. So now, but it's not quite. Uh, it's not spaced properly and evenly. Really, what I need to do then is this is the part where I was telling you. So let's select done. I'm going to select all the objects I just worked with, and I'm going to go to uh, enabling history. So Moy has uh, some history update. And so what that means is now I can take this one right here, and if I stretch this panel out sideways, you see how it updates over here. See, so this surface is wider, so it more matches the width of what this surface would be, and so now where these are placed actually places on that surface a little bit better. So now I can actually even kind of, this was my point, and you can kind of see what's going on now with when we're talking about the flow. See how if I move it, I mean if I go like this, it's really going to crunch them down and smash them more. but basically I can get my gems placed where I kind of wanted on my ring, right? And I mean the same thing would go the other way. If I went like this, it really crunches them down and kind of screws everything up. But that's kind of it. I think maybe a little less. So let's stretch them to the side a little more. Let's get. I want to move this one, for instance, out this way a little bit more, and that allows you to say, okay, that's how I wanted my ring. So now, uh, there you are. And then now you can take these, for instance, right? And did I miss something? There they are. And I can, let's see, mirror them to the other side. And now I have them over there on that seam side. I wanted to get away from that seam. That's why you saw me use this other side over here. Anyway, that's what I meant. That's enabling history. Um, that works on lots of things. For instance, if I some of the commands have history on it by default, and some don't. So if I, for instance, if I swept that one, I don't remember everything. Some uh, the docs can tell you whether it is. So let's show if I show points on that. Does sweep have history by yeah? So sweep has it on by default. So I could either move around my target curve and see it update. Um, I can go over here to this one, and and my whole thing changes. I kind of screwed up the circle, so the whole swept changed. But you see what I mean? Is you can it I changed my whole my whole sweep by pulling that one point out. You see it pulled out there. I can pull out this one over here, and it updates. That's what the update is about. So updates your friend if it allows you to fool around and eyeball and interactively look at the changes you made. But that's how I did your ring. Talk later. Have fun. Bye.